Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's morning time. Today we're working on this Marmon. We'll get to that in a second. I gotta continue on with my day here. So I got a mailing label from one of you guys, Warren. Thank you for your order. We gotta get him some flaps in the mail. Ordered a set of white Detroit diesel power mud flaps. So get them wrapped up, get them in the mail. Try to ship everything same day or next day. Everything I sell ships from here. I keep all the inventory and do all that stuff, me and my wife. Quick to the wrapping section. No charge. In case anybody was wondering what that giant roll of saran wrap was for. So, thanks again for the order, Warren. Go out today. The rest of you know what to do. That's done. Let's get to work. So Tommy is freaking aces, boys. The shine line. Look at this. Took my new straps. Freaking jamming them out. If we ever get the Marman tank back, we're gonna get it polished. It's gonna look amazing. I am so excited to see what that truck looks like. All right, now last we worked on this thing, you saw me convert it to 12-volt start. We still have the remainder of that spread out on my trailer. You know, I just wanted to be able to get some sun, you know? So I guess first things first, let's get it fired up. It's just been sitting here for the week. It's a good sign. Nothing's smoking. We have a dome light. She is in neutral. Start me, daddy. I'd sure like it if it cranked a little faster than that. Sure, maybe the batteries are just a little low or what have you. It's always kind of cranked that way, but I kind of thought with all that cable removed and all of the other junk, close this, it would, you know, kind of take care of itself. All right, let's let this run a minute. Oh, look at her cheech. Oh, yeah. What a smoky old turd. So we're gonna let this run a little bit, let it air up. We gotta drive it over to the shop. The subject of today's video is gonna be fixing this tank hanger. That ain't gonna cut it. I got some new pieces of metal that I showed you a minute ago. We're gonna put them in there. And it also needs two more on the other side. So when we figure out how we're gonna empty that tank and do all that, that's what we'll do. Alright, well, now with this thing perfectly in the way, we can get our freaking angle grinder out here and cut this off. Cut it here. I gotta cut that side off. And same on this one, cut there and there, and get them things out of there. And then we'll put some new ones on, so let's go. You know, looking at this from the backside, I thought it was welded in the backside, but that doesn't make any sense. She tore up from the floor up, boys. So now I'm thinking if I take the new one and clamp it against this, I might be able to beat it into shape. I don't know how else to do that. That's what we're gonna try. I got these big ass clamps. It's about the only way I can think to do this. Here's so. Should work. mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of pictured it more circular in my brain. Wonder what that's gonna relax like though. Let's see. Usually when you bend something, you gotta bend it. Yeah, you gotta over bend it or it wants to go back. It has memory. It wants to kind of go back. I wonder if I could put that like right there and have it. I got this hammer. I don't even remember where I picked this thing up, but I'm kind of thinking, I don't know. I've never done nothing like this before. Dude, not bad. Not bad at all. Like, I think that's pretty usable, fellas. Your old Uncle Wayno, freaking on it sometimes. Now, I had to shop cut these a little long for me, so we're gonna have to cut each one. I'll just do it in the bandsaw, I think. About a ½ inch longer, 3/4 of an inch longer than they needed to be, but I wasn't sure. I'd rather have them a little long than a little short. That's freaking aces. Man, that's like almost a dead match. Huh. Boy, howdy. So I think what I'm going to do is go get the rest of these and bend them the same way on here, and then they'll all be done. They'll be ready to continue on the project. So I'll probably do that off camera. Jeez, that one's even better than the first one. That's good work. Now let's grind all that back, get it ready for welding. We'll buzz them on and that'll be done. That'll be good enough to weld. Hell, I bet. Probably wouldn't even have to cut them. Sick, boys. This has been bothering me forever. I love getting stuff like this done. This old gal, she's a little thin right here. I'm not gonna worry about it. She's got this big ass plate behind it. Where can it really go? Plus, we're gonna sandblast and paint this whole thing, so it's gonna be like, you know what I might do is, it's only that one bolt holding that rail to that angle bracket. I might grind this out right here and just lay a bead on each side of it, and then that reinforces this thing, and then it really can't go anywhere. But this one ain't like real thin or nothing. It's fine. 10 times better than what they were, and the things were still on there, so. Alright. Editing this footage, just realized I totally didn't, I don't know what happened to the footage, but I lost it of welding the tank bracket fixes, the pieces we just made. Totally lost the footage of welding that on here and showing you what it looked like, so I didn't think that did you guys any justice. So here's what we got. They got a little bit of rust on that because it's been a while, but they come out freaking sweet. I ain't mad at it at all. I rounded the corners so they're not sharp or anything. They won't cut the rubbers, but that will be mint. I've still got 2 more to do the other side. We did not do the other side, but I just wanted to show you those. I was editing that footage, and it pained me that I lost that footage. So make yourself some welding sounds, and you'll feel better. I apologize. Alright, so our next project here is going to be to try to get this grill out. I don't know how that's going to go. It kind of seems like it's holding the entire truck together. I think that's the only way the hood attaches to these hinges is the actual grill. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of afraid to ruin it. So let's do this. Let's back it up on the asphalt a little bit more to where I can get something under the hood to hold it. There's no real good way to do that because I gotta be able to hold the hood up to be able to get these friggin' bolts out. Well, let's soak everything down first. I think this is mostly going to be broken bolts and tears anyway, so let me just free all everything quick. Well, if we're going to have to take those off or not, we're going to leave them for now. Now, James Pretty says I can take this grill out of here without pulling the hood off. So if the hood falls off, it's James Pretty's fault. Just so we're all on the same page, okay? That's how we're playing this. They have to serve a purpose, I would imagine. I'm sure I don't know. I also have new hood stops, supposedly, for this. I don't think they're right. Dude, Marmon parts guy sold them to me. I just don't think they're right. So, what we've got to fix. The grill's in decent shape, but I'm afraid, like these cracks and stuff, if my polisher goes to polish it, it's going to blow the pieces out. So, we're going to pull the grill off, and I'm going to weld all the cracks, I think. I'm going to try, and go from there. I mean, there ain't a whole lot else I can do. I've got to try something. No real way to get behind it to weld it on the truck either. And you could see all the grill supports. Like down here's all busted out of it. She's a hurting unit, fellas. Used to have a visor on it. Probably looked pretty cool. This is all I can come up with. Hopefully it doesn't come out of there. It seems pretty wedged in there. Won't know till we know, unfortunately. Problem is exactly like I thought it was. I think the grill is kind of holding the entire hood together, which explains all the cracks in the grill. Here's your hinge structure, right? And it's kind of sandwiched in between this shitty fiberglass here, molded around it. But then it's broke right there. And where that's broke is right at where that piece of metal, this piece, ends. And if you look, there is no structure in any of the rest of it. So my concern is that the grill's busting out because it's trying to hold the hood on the truck, basically. And then my other concern is what's going to keep this hood on this hinge now. I've got a sneaky suspicion that if I take a nut and put it back on here, and we try to turn this bolt, it's not going to be, this isn't going to go well. I think it's basically holding the hood on. And as a bonus, I can't get a friggin' nut on it now. That's good. That's good. This is gonna end well. Went better than I thought. I'll take it. It's a win. What we're gonna have to do is basically remake this piece. Boy, there ain't a lot of that left. It's all busted out. Maybe I can have this remade. But see, that hood, it's supposed to be square. It shouldn't have that bulge in it there. Okay, and there's our piece of grill. That's all. Doesn't look factory either. I think that grill, I don't know, just doesn't seem right to me. Maybe it is. Okay, so the grill is free on this side of the truck. You can see that. I don't understand their theory. I mean, basically what that also means is the entire weight of the hood, when you tilt it, is just on that flimsy ass fiberglass up at the top, up here, which is hella flimsy. Man, it just seems awfully rickety to me, fellas. I mean, maybe that's the Marman way, but golly, I am not ready for that. Alright, so our next problem is going to be getting to those bolts there. Those hold that. I'm pretty sure they hold this crown piece on, which is separate, I think. So they're like through bolted. How the f is that going to come off of there? These Marmon, whoever designed these things was a complete idiot. These are terrible to work on. And I mean terrible, boys. 2 bolts up there for the crown, and then 2... What do you want to bet? There's stupid nuts somewhere. I don't know. I don't f***ing get it, dude. I'll take things I should have left the f*** alone for $500, Alex. This is like working on a Packard. You can keep those pieces of shit too. This fucking sucks. I had to move my shit over so I can try to get to that screw there, which is like frozen solid in there. And the other one, they should really be stainless, but Marmon wasn't smart enough to do that, so shocking. Well, it's doing something. And it ain't stripping the screw, so it either broke or broke. I'll take it, whatever, nobody cares. And then what we can do, actually, I wonder if somebody cut this hole here. It looks like they did. They put this hole here so they could get the grill off. 100%. Because Marmon's a bunch of idiots. So, if I leave them too loose in there, I should be able to get them with the hood flipped back over, right? If I just cut that, I can get those bolts on the other side, roll the hood back, and the grill should be free with just these two bolts, and that should make life a lot easier, I'm thinking. Whereas I have literally just enough air hose. Pop. Here's what we're gonna do. I don't trust this thing at all now. That side's sketchy, this side's gonna be sketchy. Just everything's gonna fight. Good always triumphs over evil, boys. Put that over there. That's not. This side of the hood's not broke yet. Hopefully it doesn't break when I go to take this thing out of here. Can I get on this one? No, not really. Oh yeah, we got her on the run now, fellas. I'm not super worried about saving hardware. It's all going to get thrown out. We just have to duplicate it. Oh boy, that poor thing is just melted into the earth. Probably from holding the truck together. This is going to be the tricky part, boys. Just that one screw. But I think what I'm going to do, can I get to it? Maybe with a 1/4-inch drive. Yes. So I can get to that once it's outside the truck. The next thing I'm concerned about is, why would they use something like that instead of like a stainless? So I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm probably going to have to pull the hood back down from these, because I don't know how else. It's the only way to get that out of there right now. I have to pull it back down because I can't. You know, my problem is, it's one thing to shut the hood from the pull, but then you're standing and you're holding the hood back from slamming, and there's nothing, it's just going to peel the grill off it, so we can't do that. So we're going to have to, I think, pull the hood back down with the fenders and then set it down gently that way. I think that's the only way to do that. Then I can remove this stuff. So let's do that. I'm going to have to call Neighbor Kid. Yes. Me and Neighbor Kid got the hood closed. We're going to try to get the grill off now, though. You like my super custom hood support? No charge on that. I know that you're impressed with my wood tool skills. Well, I can get to the bolts. That's a good thing. It had a winter front on it. Somehow it disappeared in between me obtaining it 2 owners ago where I saw the pictures. Good news. Pretty sure this one bolt is stripped. That's very good. Yeah, it's just going. Oh wait, am I tightening it? Lefty loosey, righty tighty, boys.
Always.
Goodness, this bolt's not stripped. Holding the truck together. Classic Marman. This is like working on a hand-built GM vehicle. That's what this is like.
You probably recruited a few GM guys to build these.
They definitely recruited some to wire them. What a disaster. Oh, man. This is miserable work.
There it is.
Jeez, that was close. Got her, fellas. Now, I think all that's holding this grill is this one bolt, which is why I left it in there. That was strategy. Will yours slide off or no?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you.
That's it.
I don't know what you wanted to do.
One unobtainium V-nose Marmon grill. No charge. I gotta like find out if these washers were like factory. It seems odd that it would have a gigantically round washer that only touches that in one spot. You know? Like around just a very thin edge, around a super thin piece of aluminum. Just doesn't make
Unless
any
it's
sense.
like a conical washer where when you tighten it down, it kind of puts pressure on it. And then when you tighten it down, it holds pressure back on the bolts, kind of like a block washer.
Yeah, that's the whole hinge assembly. But then the metal stops there, which is why the hood's busted there. Well, it's got more weight to it than I thought.
Yeah,
It's not bad. It ain't light, though. There's like nothing left of this hinge in here. It's just gone. Alright, boys. Well, we got further than I thought we were going to get today. And I'm pretty pumped about that. This grill, not gonna lie, has been intimidating me for way too long. Just because I was super paranoid of like hurting it. I guess it's like one in like none. I don't know. Everybody says it's the rarest thing ever. Who knows? Needless to say, I was very afraid to take it apart because I thought it was holding the hood together. So shout out to James Pretty. Go check him out if you haven't already. He's got one of these junks too. His is newer and nicer than this one. So I'm pumped on the progress. We could put this back in the weeds for now. I've got other stuff to do tonight. But now we have a plan of action. We'll brace the hood. On our to-do list, we've got to brace the hood, fix the fiberglass here where it's cracked. This side's all right. We've got to remake this here, which I may do. It's going to be thicker material, I assure you. But I'm not sure what we're going to do with that yet. I think these ones are savable, but if I'm remaking that side, I'll probably remake this side. Looks like somebody's cut that one for whatever reason. So we'll have to remake these just to get them stronger. We're going to get some steel bar and go all the way down into the hinge here. Try to make the hinge, reinforce the hood to the hinge, I should say. Yeah. And then I've got to weld up the grill. I think the best course of action for that, oh boy, you're not going to like this. I don't like it. The only way I can see to fix this is to grind these rivets out, take these plates off, and have these plates made because they're busted out down the bottom. And this is not weldable. It's super thin. It's junk. So there's nothing I can do there. But if I get rid of the rivets, I can then weld that crack up. Hopefully prevent it from getting worse. Weld all these up. I'll have better access to all that stuff. I'll be able to weld them from the backside also. That's realistically the right way to do this. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. This piece is like busted right out. I could probably take that piece out if I wanted to. It needs some love. We're going to save it. I mean, unless somebody has one of these kicking around, I mean, you could save me 100 hours of labor probably. If you got one. If you got a Marmon V-nose grill that's in like perfect condition, reach out. I'll buy it. I have zero problem buying a grill. I'd be more than happy to do that. It'd save me hours of my life I'll never get back, and likely it will end up being the same price. So, thank you for watching. That's going to do it for this one. Next time, what we've got to do, we're going to figure out how to get the fuel out of this tank. I've got some shuffling around to do yet before we do that. We got to get the fuel tank off it, drain the fuel tank, fix these hangers. There's 2 bad hangers on this as well. And then we can get this thing up in the air, get it blocked, get the wheels and tires off of it, and sandblast and paint this chassis. Probably pull the 5th wheel plate also. Deck plate's already off, you saw. Might pull the battery box, and as a matter of fact, we're definitely pulling the battery box, and we're gonna strip that, and I'm gonna have Tommy polish it, sand it and polish it. That'll look good. So that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. It's a freaking labor of love with this thing. It's too cool of a truck to let die. We're gonna bring it back together. Thank you for watching. Huge shout out to the patrons. I appreciate you guys keeping us afloat every day, making this possible. Pop on over to old2stroker.com. Get yourself something nice. Don't forget we got brand new old two-stroker tumblers. Look like a 71 series liner. You're going to love them. Keep your drink cold. We'll see you guys in the next one.